In a quiet forest filled with whispering trees and sparkling streams lived a little owl named Hootie. Hootie was a curious and friendly owlet with soft brown feathers and big round eyes that sparkled with wonder. Every evening as the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Hootie would wake up from his slumber. He would stretch his tiny wings, ruffle his feathers, and prepare for a night full of gentle adventures. One particularly starry evening, as Hootie was getting ready for bed, he heard a soft knock on his tree hollow. Who could that be? He wondered. His heart beating with a mix of curiosity and a little bit of fear. Gathering all his courage, he peeked out of his hole. To his surprise, he saw a little firefly with a friendly smile. "Hello," said the firefly, his light flashing merrily. "I'm Flicker, and I have a question for you." "Why are you asking me?" asked Hootie, still a bit nervous. "Because I heard you were the bravest owl in the forest, and I need your help," replied Flicker. Intrigued by the firefly's words, Hootie managed a small smile. "What can I do for you?" he asked. "I want to ask my friend Lily the ladybug to be my partner for the firefly ball," said Flicker, his light dimming a little bit. "But I'm too afraid to ask her. Would you help me?" Hootie felt a surge of excitement. Helping his new friend was an adventure worth taking. "Of course, I'll help you," he said with a determined nod. "Let's go find Lily." Together, the unlikely duo set off into the forest, their different modes of transportation creating a funny sight. Hootie swooped and soared through the air, while Flicker, not being able to fly very far or very fast, had to rest often, with Hootie patiently waiting for him on a nearby leaf or twig. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and thicker, forming a leafy canopy overhead that blocked most of the moonlight. The forest floor became darker and the chirping of crickets filled the air. Suddenly, Flicker stopped, his light flashing rapidly. "I hear Lily this way," he whispered to Hootie. "Can you be quiet, please? I want to surprise her." Hootie nodded understandingly and landed on a low-hanging branch, pretending to be just an ordinary owl taking a nap. He ruffled his feathers and closed one eye, hoping to catch a quick doze before Lily arrived. A moment later, Lily appeared, flying from flower to flower, her red shell shimmering in the faint moonlight. She looked beautiful. "Here goes nothing," whispered Flicker, flying up to meet her. "Lily, I was wondering if you would like to be my partner for the firefly ball." Lily turned her head, her black spots seeming to sparkle like jewels. "Oh, I'd love to," she replied with a happy smile. "Thank you, Flicker." Relieved and overjoyed, Flicker and Lily flew back to where Hootie was waiting. "I did it!" he exclaimed, his light shining brightly. She said yes. Hootie hooted softly, his heart swelling with happiness for his friend. "That's wonderful news," he said. "I'm so glad I could help." As the three friends made their way back to the clearing where the ball would be held, Flicker couldn't stop smiling. He was so happy that he had gathered the courage to ask Lily, and he knew that without Hootie's help, he might have been too scared to do it. "You know," said Lily, noticing Hootie's tired eyes, "it's getting late. Why don't you fly back to your tree hollow and get some sleep? We'll take care of the rest." "Are you sure?" asked Hootie, a bit reluctant to leave his friends. "Of course," said Flicker. "You deserve a good night's sleep after helping us. Besides, We can use your help later when we need to light the wishing lanterns." And so, with a final wave, Hootie returned to his tree hollow, feeling the familiar comfort of his cozy nest envelop him like a warm blanket. As he drifted off to sleep, he thought about how lucky he was to be a part of such a special night. Meanwhile, in the clearing, the other forest creatures were starting to arrive. Soon, the space was filled with the twinkling lights of fireflies, the soft glow of moonbeams, and the cheerful chatter of animals from all around the forest. The party was in full swing, and even the shyest creatures were drawn into the merriment. As the hours passed, the friends danced under the stars, sharing stories and laughter that echoed through the silent woods. Suddenly, a hush fell over the crowd as a group of older owls, including Hootie's mother, flew down from the trees. They landed gracefully on a nearby branch, their wise eyes twinkling in the firelight. "It's time for the wishing lantern ceremony," announced one of the elder owls. "Each of you has worked hard this year to make our forest a better place. Now it's time to make a wish for the future." The animals watched in awe as the owls released dozens of glowing lanterns into the night sky. Each lantern represented a dream or a hope for the coming year. Some wished for more berries and nuts, while others wished for rain to water the thirsty plants. Hootie and his mother watched with a sense of pride and wonder as the lanterns floated higher and higher, eventually disappearing into the darkness. As the first rays of sunlight began to peek over the horizon, the party slowly came to an end. The animals said their goodbyes and headed back to their homes, their hearts filled with the magic of the night. Hootie and his mother flew back to their tree hollow, exchanging sleepy smiles as they snuggled into their cozy nest. When Hootie woke up the next morning, he felt refreshed and full of energy. He knew that no matter what challenges or adventures lay ahead, he could face them with bravery and kindness, just like he had during the wishing lantern ceremony. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Hootie continued to explore the forest, making new friends and learning about the world around him. He never forgot the lessons he learned during the wishing lantern ceremony, and he always remembered the importance of bravery, kindness, and friendship. And so little owl Hootie lived out his days in the forest, happy and content in the knowledge that he was a part of something bigger than himself, a community of animals who cared for each other and for the forest they all called home.